This week is all about environmental wellness. And if you missed our last episodes, why not check them out on YouTube? Exploring this topic with me is Professor Esther van Heerden. Esther, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So maybe let's break down, what is environmental wellness?
Thank you, Seth. I think environmental wellness really deals with first just your microcosm. Where am I? In my home, in my work? Do I feel healthy? Am I mentally well? And then kind of if we zoom out, we really want to look at the earth and the whole environment itself. And we then look at, do we have sustainable resources? How do we manage the pollution that we've got? And making sure that for future generations, we can stay happy on this little planet of ours.
I like that you mentioned sustainable resources. How does ESG and environmental wellness correlate to each other?
Obviously, each company has their environmental social governance.
Yes.
And we look towards the World Bank and we look at those sustainable development goals. The first sustainable tier of goals is really about the human and making sure the human feels happy in its environment. And that environment entails making sure that our oceans, our water, our soil, our air stay sustainable. That means we have to clean up, rehabilitate, and remediate that environment that we have impacted as a human race.
And why is it important for organizations to consider environmental wellness within their workplace?
Well, apart from that, everybody has to feel comfortable when they are working. It's important for us to make sure that our planet stays sustainable for future generations. I think we have to step away from just talking environmental wellness. We have to really roll up our sleeves and get in there to make sure that the environment really stays well for future generations by not only just ticking boxes for cleanup, but really going at cleaning up to an extensive level that our water, our soil stay sustainable for many future generations to come to stay on this lovely planet of ours.
We know that large corporates have to hit ESG criteria, but why should small businesses be considering ESG as part of their organizational strategies?
Yeah, I think, the staff, the stakeholders, everybody that engage with us all, they also want us to be part of everybody striving towards environmental wellness. So apart from just the rules and regulations, we can step beyond that and really become part of ensuring that we've got sustainable wellness for the future.
So noting that environmental awareness is important in the workplace, what are all the qualities that make an office space environmentally comfortable for employees?
Seth, I think increasingly I find the younger generation really wants to associate and feel comfortable that their little company or the larger corporate groups are responsible not only for the environment but also for their small microcosm environmental wellness. They want to have good time management. They want to have a little bit of flexibility. The environment around them should be calm and allow them to be creative and innovative. And certainly we can look at recycling. We can look at reuse. We could look at really exploring the circular economy in our microcosm. And that really helps the total environmental wellness just around each of our staff members.
You mentioned young people. I think by 2050, Africa will be the youngest continent in the world. How does environmental wellness and ESG contribute to young people wanting to apply to corporates? Do you see a correlation between organizations focusing on ESG and young people wanting to apply to those companies?
Absolutely. I think it's well documented that, people are looking first at my employer and how do they really relate to being just sustainable, but also making sure that their immediate environment is healthy for me. And younger generations want to tick those boxes, make feel that they are part of the process of creating a sustainable future for new generations.
Thank you, Professor Esther van Heerden, for joining us today. And thank you for watching. We continue this topic in our next episode by exploring ways we can improve our own environmental wellness.
BankMed, the medical scheme of choice for the financial services industry. The Wellness Effect is proudly brought to you by BankMed, yours in good health.